Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jake's RC Stuff channel. Today we're going to be going over the after Maiden review of the Flex Innovations FlexJet TV, which is a thrust vectoring 8-cell EDF jet. And unlike a lot of my post-Maiden videos, we actually have some flight footage because it was a Christmas present. My dad attempted to film some of it so that my mum could see. Now, he was filming it with an iPhone. This is the first time he tried. He was also struggling to see the screen on the phone, so it's not brilliant. So what I'm basically going to do is cut out the decent bits and loop it in editing. So there's a bit of takeoff and there's a bit of a Harrier pass that he filmed. So I actually flew it twice on that day. I had two lots of batteries. The batteries that I was using for these flights were Turnigy Heavy Duty 4S 5000s, which do 60 to 120C in bursts. And first thing before I actually even flew it, one of the problems that I had is that even though I'd been to fly it once already, I just couldn't get the canopy on. What it is it has some like grooves on underneath the canopy to help sit it in the fuselage, and just with how wide the battery is, it's really hard to get the canopy on. With a 6S it would have been fine, but with a 4S and a bit of extra, but with two 4Ss, the extra little bit of thickness that comes with it being two separate batteries and the fact there's two extra cells in there, a little bit too wide. So I cut it, it's fine, the canopy stays on, it's got a massive lug in the front and a clip in the back. Yeah, I just had to cut a bit of foam to get it to fit properly, but it's not a problem, a little bit of light surgery. And the first time it flew, as you might be able to see in the clips that are looping behind, the first takeoff was a little bit scary because it hit a bump, and it was a bit rocky. So the flight modes at the moment on there are no gyro, low rates, gyro and thrust vectoring and low rates, and then 3D rates. We'll get into that a little bit later in a moment. So this was taken off with no gyro, and I could immediately tell as it was flying around that I did have too much up in the thrust vectoring unit. It's not the easiest thing in the world to change, which is why I haven't bothered changing it as of yet. It's on the list of things to do. It needs to come up to have a couple of things double checked, which again I'll get on to shortly. But it was only a 3-minute flight because that's what the time is set to. And amazingly, I already started doing some sort of thrust vectoring stuff with it. It barely needed any trim. A little bit of down, mostly because of the thrust vector being up, and a little bit of left aileron, if I remember correctly. First thrust vector thing I did, again in 3D mode, was a flat spin, which it did very nice. I'm kind of used to a 3D plane where you don't need full power. I think it would have got spinning around a lot faster. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any video of this if I use full throttle, but again, not used to the plane yet, getting used to thrust vectoring in general. And a Harrier pass, which again is the other bit of film that we've got. So yes, great fun. I actually went to flight later on the day as well. It didn't seem to have as much thrust as I was expecting. Now I've watched the videos of Kiki flying it, and it does seem to be near full throttle to do a hover. And I was using heavier batteries as a lower C rating. It still isn't pulling like that, but they are cheaper batteries, so I get that. And again, we'll go into that in a moment. I'm just going to quickly write a note on there. So I flew it again, second flight, more hovering about. I actually accidentally barely landed it, because again, I seem to have even less thrust this time. I need to get used to, in order for it to pull up, putting a little bit more power on than what I'm normally expecting, especially when it's in a bit of a low powered state. But no, it was fine, fluid, fine, brilliant, nothing broken, excellent. So as I say, it does need a bit more oomph. Now, in order to get around this, what I have actually ordered is 2 different sets of batteries to give it a try, because it turns out on that second flight, these brand new batteries that have never been used, one of the 4 cells has a cell down. So I was probably only running on 7S for that flight. It's completely zero. I've tried even hooking it up and running and charging it, that one cell as a NiCad, but no, it's completely dead. It says disconnected. So that's a nice, basically 48 quid wasted. Now, in terms of other things, the 3D switch mode needs moving. It's on the sort of switch on the back of the radio, so on the left hand side you have your normal sort of 2-position switch, and then above that you have the 3 position. It's on that 3 position. I'm going to move it over to switch A that I normally use for elevator dual rates, just so it's easier to grab. It's going to sort of settle around the back of the radio. I don't have any dual rates in this, so it might as well go there. So yeah, what I forgot to say is I have ordered 2 more batteries. I've ordered some Overlander 4400 milliamp 4S's, so I bought 2 of them, so I've got 1 pack to test it with, and they're up to 80C, and they are lighter than the 5000s. But then what I've actually found on Amazon was, what make are they? I've forgotten the make. It's like the first time there's ever been something RC related on Amazon that doesn't cost far too much. HRB graphene. So they are 5000 4S 100C, and they are apparently like 8 grams more than the Overlanders. And they come with a strap. And if I go on to Hobby King, just have a quick look. So 5000 NH4S 60C. So the ones that I had from Hobby King at the moment are £38. I think they were more like 40 when I bought them. The ones from Overlander were £85 each, and they still haven't even been notified that they've been shipped yet. I ordered them on a Wednesday. It does say 1 to 2 days. I mean, they've been a bit of a strange size battery. I mean, not many people have 4S 5000s or 4400s or whatever they are. They may build them because I ordered them directly from Overlander. But it's a bit like, oh, come on, guys. It's a bit, premium batteries, premium price. And also, we had an issue with, my dad ordered some flight powers. This is a long time ago. Flight Power, I don't think they're even a company anymore. I think they got taken over by Opti Power. He ordered some batteries from them that just never turned up. Scammed him out of like 300 quid. I think they were nearly £200 a battery, so it's more like 400. Which is a real pain in the arse. He was just scammed, never got that money back because he paid with debit card. Real shame. And that company is no longer around. I think it was as they were going bust, I think, and he just got stuck in the crossfire. That's a really shit move. And I don't think Overlander are going to go bust, but like at the same time, it's like, come on, this is the most expensive batteries I've ever bought. Because they're about the same price as even a graphene 6S. They're about 75. So the fact that I bought these for 85 for a jet that I really like, please Overlander, don't screw me over. But no, we've got these HRBs. I bought 2 of them, obviously for 8S. 60 quid they are. So original batteries are 40. I've got the HRBs that are 60 and the Overlanders that are at 88. I will weigh these HRBs and see if the weight's actually right, because they might be doing something sneaky like not including. That might just be the bare cells. I don't know, but we'll see. So I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be giving them a try as well. Again, I've only bought 1 set of each to work out which ones I like, and then I'll buy some more of those, because now, thanks to that 1 cell out of 1 battery dying, I now have a set of 5000 heavy duty, a set of the HRBs, and a set of the Overlanders, so I can just test them all on one day and go, actually, I might prefer the Turniges, or think that, compared to the other 2, there's not much difference, so I'll stick with the Turniges, as long as the cells don't die. Anyway, I'm going to just need a quick pause for a moment, but I'll be back very shortly. Okay, so I've come back, and to be honest with you, there isn't that much more that I really need to say. It's going to be featured probably in Tales from the Workshop, when I do the minor changes that are needed. As I say, I need to move the switch, I need to trim the thrust vector tube a little bit, and I also have had a look at whether I should have it in expert mode or not. There's like 2 different settings within the Aurora gyro system. There's standard and there's expert. Now, basically the difference is with standard, you have test/safety. So gyro is off, rates are low, ailerons are active, but the thrust vectoring is deactivated. Then they have flight mode 2, which is sport and precision, where gyro gain is low, rates are low, the ailerons are active, which they are on all of them, and thrust vectoring is active and set to lower rates. And then 3D, where everything's all massive and all over the place. Now, what's different with expert is sport and precision becomes your basic mode. Then there's mixed flying, which basically is high rates and thrust vectoring, but not high gyro. And then you have high gyro as a third thing. Personally, I'm going to stick with the standard version because I like the idea of being able to take the gyro completely off. Say the board comes loose or something like that, we can strip it into that mode and we'll be fine. And last but not least, of course, the main thing for us to look at is batteries, because these new batteries I've got, especially the whatever they're called, HRB, no Q at all, HRB batteries, are, they seem slightly less tall but longer, so it might actually fit in the plane better. But yes, this is the After Maiden thing. If you enjoyed, please click the like button, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below if you have any questions at all. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. And what I'll probably leave you now, depending on what the audio is like, is the a sort of a last look at both of the clips that I've got for you with the natural audio. But I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Gotta see if it's somewhere.